Hello, welcome to Bloke on the Range, and I'm here with Budi again for another selection of random craptastic revolvers out of his collection. In fact, here we got a mixture of completely tosh and some actually not too bad stuff in here.
Exactly.
So, what have we got, basically?
Well, we have a Swiss Revolver 78, and then we have an 82
Okay,
Swiss
so that's
Revolver.
10.4 and 7.5.
And 7.5.
Both black powder.
Black powder.
We have some 7.5 that works.
Exactly this time. Even though it's the same year, the same batch I have, but mine didn't work, his did.
Yep.
It depends also how you store that ammo, and mine it was pristine, it looked great. The packaging looked great, but they didn't work. And now, thanks Ramon, we got some bullets, and I think you will get to it later. We also shot a gelatin block with it, just to show what the puny little round can do. So we have two Swiss revolvers, because that's my home country. Then we also have two British ones, just for you. We have the a Webley revolver in 455 Webley.
It's an Enfield made Mark VI.
And then we have Enfield in 38 Smith & Wesson.
Number 2 Mark I Star, 1940.
Then we have a Reichsrevolver, which is a little bit an oddball. We'll explain that a little bit later when we shoot it. Then we have a French revolver,
92.
92. We have a Smith & Wesson, a hand ejector, second model. It's also 455 Webley. Then we have, of course, a Russian Nagant revolver, and then something maybe a little bit more rare. That's a Dutch East Indy Hembrook. That's in 9.4 the caliber. And then we have the Ross Gasser Austrian model in 8mm Gasser, and all on the end we have the Bodeo in 10.4. So it's all in all 11 revolvers today,
Okay, so we'll start boring you silly by working left to right on this this pile and see how we get on.
And because my right shoulder is a little bit screwed up, I will also shoot one-handed, as it meant to be. And because it's my right arm, I will shoot even with my left hand and try to hit anything back there. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. All right. First up is the Swiss 1878, the gate loader without a gate. Loaded with black powder. These are... Okay, 5 rounds. Aim in the middle, yeah? Middle? Oof.
I think it's an 8 top left.
Yeah, that is. I can see it. Yeah, they're all going high left. I'm not even going to... Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. No, no. No. Oof. Okay.
That group is not too shabby.
Yeah.
Given that this is a bullet mold I made by myself.
Yeah.
So that's by far not original ammo, so that's not too bad at all. And that one went into the frame. That was the first shot, I think.
I think so too. That's all right. It's just off. I just need to aim like here.
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna have a go then?
I'll give it a shot. By the way, I tested this. If you point the barrel upwards, every single time the bullet falls out. So that system does not work for sure. Except in a case like we have here right now, where we put wax on the bullet that it sticks in.
That trigger is actually quite heavy.
And it does not want to go. Here we go.
I'm not seeing any holes.
Am I too far left as well?
Probably.
I aim to the bottom right now. That's kind of, here we go. So then should be one more on the end. I don't know why it's so. Was that on yours as well when you shot it?
Well, when I was running it, I was having to manhandle the cylinder. Yeah.
Here we go. There might be a reason why they opted for a new one 40 years later when they adopted that one.
What was the name of that officer on the pistol committee who said that if he had to go to battle, he'd like to have that? Schlapp?
I don't remember, but he's definitely wrong.
Yeah. Hey, we got some hits. They're very high.
Oh, I see now.
So we got 3.
So all on the end, I aimed to the bottom right.
Yeah.
I was probably above the target to begin with.
Right.
But as I said, we may do a disservice because that's really ammo, which is far from the original one. So it shoots high. You shot high as well. So I aimed about, the last 3 shots aimed about down here in the bottom right.
Well, I think that sucks.
Exactly. I mean, I absolutely love this revolver. It's cool, but just to shoot, nah. It's okay, but really to hit perfectly or accurately with this one, not possible.
Nah. Okay, next up we have an 1882 Swiss revolver and original ammo, which is waxed, and we have to pull the trigger because Aberdeen. 3, and we know this goes bang. This is someone's Taschenmunition, their pouch ammo in case of mobilization. Just make sure that we've got that there. And I'm going to aim center hold again because we want to see where they go. God damn. Oh, that's an 8 at 8 o'clock. That is a nutcracker of a single action trigger. Squeeze. Jacketed, heeled, black powders, last batch, 1971, for those who don't believe it. There's a Swiss Fuddlaw myth that they loaded it nitro at the end. They did not. Oh, that was a bit of a slow one. I'm going to try one double action just for the punishment. God, no, I'm not. I literally can't do it. Two-handed I probably could. That was a little slow as well. All right. Dink, 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 dink. So this ammo's a real oddity. The bullets are heeled, so skinnier at the back like a 22 rimfire, and they're jacketed and they're waxed. That's the lube.
Ah, that isn't too shabby.
That is not shabby at all for one-handed with ancient ammo. So we got 99988. I'm happy with that, and I was aiming there.
Straight in the middle.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, it's a bead. The front sight is a bead, but I'm lining up the top of the bead with the top of the rear sight. So you see the top part of the bead.
Exactly.
And then I've got the top of the bead nestling there. And I can line it up with that and that very nicely.
All right.
If you don't push them in far enough, you'll get drag on the cylinder. And then if you do something like that, you jam it.
I have to get around. Here we go.
Okay.
Whew.
That was a dry shot.
I'm sorry. Yep. I don't even try double action. I mean,
Yeah, it's not even worth it.
you gotta love the smell.
Imagine having that as your personal weapon in the 70s. Could be worse. It could be worse. It could be the 8229.
And the Russians storm your trenches.
Yeah.
Well,
How much did that suck?
I don't know. It's for me. It's not horrible to shoot, but as you said, to imagine that this is your personal weapon, I cannot imagine that.
Hey, you shot better than me though.
Well, look at that.
Nice. Wrong-handed as well.
Exact, left-handed, and I'm really not a huge expert, or I always shoot two-handed. I never do one-handed. I don't shoot like you sports pistol. So for me to shoot one-handed is, well, maybe I have to start to.
So now we're in my bailiwick. I do not actually have a Webley Mark VI, but I wish I did. Now Budi wants to say something about the ammo.
Yeah, I cast these bullets by myself. I bought overly expensive mold. It was really tough to cast those perfectly.
Yeah.
But they're really satisfying to reload. I actually really like those.
Oh, this has got that. I forget. This has got this awful Webley double notch, double. It's got the short range hold and the long range hold. So I'm going to take the short range hold and aim it at the middle. Whoa. These are not very heavily loaded.
No, I stayed on the low side.
That's very on the low side. Best grip shape of any World War I revolver, by miles. But those are very, of course, loads of unburnt powder coming out of them.
I think I loaded them too low.
Yeah.
Because of the hollow bottom shape of the bullet, I should load them a little bit more so it can expand as soon as as it's through the throat. It's behind the tape.
Oh, okay, well, that's another one. We'll find it later. Whoa, actually.
However, I can't be too far off with the load, right?
No, that's all right because I'm holding here.
Yeah.
With the short range hold, and I've put in an all right group.
That's a pretty good group, though.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So for those watching at home, there's two ways to aim here. You've got a little U notch at the bottom of a big V notch, which gives you two holding points. You've got there, so the bottom, or level with the top of the U part, is the short range hold for sort of 25 yards. And then level with the top of the big V is the long range hold for 50 odd yards.
It's just a cool cartridge. That took way too long.
I mean, compared to what we just shot, that is a confidence-inspiring bit of kit in comparison.
Exactly. And here you have the feeling I can hit something.
Yep.
And
I can hit it and it'll do something when it gets there.
reloading, you know, if you really smack it, I mean, if you have a speed loader even, then you're really quick. And so I'm way too high.
Were you letting the front
shot,
sight drift up?
Exactly. That 6 on top was the first shot.
Okay.
Because I went to the long range, then I remember, hey, stay on the short one. And then I came in a little bit lower, but still too high.
There would be a tendency under stress to shoot high with it because of that strange rear sight configuration.
Exactly. You have to really bury the front sight on the shorter range.
It feels almost a bit like a muzzle loading fine sight.
Yeah.
Not quite, but it's like almost a fine sight on a muzzle loader. Which is where you just, for those who don't know what a fine sight is, it's where you just see the tip of the front sight.
So you have to really go low on with the front sight. And let's say we have decent light today. So if you have a little bit bad weather or in the dawn or whatnot, it's probably you will have problems.
It's going to,
Exactly.
It's going to encourage high
Exactly.
shooting if anything is not optimal, because you do have to concentrate on it. And I don't think it's necessarily just a being used to it thing. I think it's bad ergonomics. I see what they were doing. Yeah, it works, but I mean, with a belt buckle hold, it would make more sense, I guess. But
and you're right with when you shoot one-handed, it's definitely that grip.
Yep.
Is way better as an example on the Swiss revolver, which is too narrow.
Yep.
It's a different kind of story. So this grip is actually really good. You're correct in that sense, yeah. All right, just to annoy Mike a little bit, we have an Enfield here, the tank version.
Oh, Fuddler. So this one, what's interesting is there's quite a lot of these in Switzerland with this auxiliary rear sight on them. Mine had it. Mine came with it. And because they're sighted for, this one is sighted for the 174 grain Mark II cartridge. If that goes back all the way and it's a little higher, it's sighted for the 200 grain cartridge. And these are commercial 145 grainers, so they are going to shoot. They're going to shoot low, which is why the auxiliary sight. And this grip is set up to shoot from the hip like that. This is not the grip this was born with, but this grip with the grooves like that, it's intended to be held in your hand like that, pointing straight away from your body, and it's just, no, there's just no point here, but I'm going to have to shoot double action with it because it is double action only. That's actually an alright pull. Until it stacks at the end. So I have a 1932 date Mark I, which is double action, single action, and your double action pull is much better than mine. Whoa. That's actually not bad for a double action pull. But so what I did with mine was I put I got an early type of grip and put it on it. They were typically upgraded in service when we get to that kind of that kind of hip shooting. That's all right. That I'm actually very, very happy with.
Well, and yeah, I mean, we complain here on a high level all the time.
Oh yeah.
But that would be, I mean, a hit on the man on 25 meters.
That would have been a hit at 50.
Yeah. So
I'm happy with that. This one is Enfield made 1940, and that's the profile of the grip.
Cheers, Delben Omega.
It's being intended to be held like that. So with a lot more hand on the grip than we're used to, because it's not meant to line up with your arm. It's meant to be at an angle to your arm, so that when you stand straight on with it at the hip or sort of breast height, it's pointing forward. That's what that is intended to do, and that's actually a pretty nice double action pull,
which maybe even I can handle, huh? All right. Oops.
The pull isn't consistent chamber to chamber. There's some go a bit easier than others.
exactly this one.
There's one. It happened to be my first one. It stacked like crazy at the end.
Yeah, this one does, yeah.
And then the other one just went super
There
smoothly.
it goes. And I'm just not used to shoot double action.
It's because you're a continental. Now you got to find the one that's the one that didn't go.
Did I miss one?
Well, yeah, because you the one that stacked. You didn't fire it. Keep going. It'll go bang. One more.
Getting tired.
Ah, you've done it again. That was it. That was it. There.
That was the reason why.
That was the one.
Let me go back a little bit.
But you can't. You've gone past it. You've gone past it. Trust me, it's going to go click. Yeah.
So here it goes,
Here
right?
it goes. Just pull through it when it stacks. Pull through it. Pull through it. There you go. Pull, pull, pull. It's stacking. Go. Pull.
I'm sorry.
Do you want me to fire it? Or are you just going to give up on that one?
I give up on this one. I'm sorry.
It stacks
Jeez.
like crazy. That was my first chamber.
And I mean, I don't have that much force in my hands, but on my left, I'm better than my right, but I could not pull that one.
Yeah.
It just did not go. So,
It just...
and
There we go.
so call me a wimp.
Not at all. It's, I mean, it's what it is. That looks all right, then. Can't complain about that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, I'm quite happy with that one because, as I said, I don't like to shoot double action and I'm not good at it. And so they're all on man, 25 meters. That's not too shabby at all.
Okay, so this odd model 83 Reichsrevolver. What's the deal with this, buddy?
All right. I found this in a local gun store, researched a little bit because I was not quite sure, because it actually has on the side, if you can show here, you can pull out an extractor. It's quite flimsy, so in action, questionable. However, officers who had not much money, they were looking for other sources, and this is one of these officer models. It's actually manufactured in Germany by a small manufacturer.
Yeah.
And so a little bit an oddball, maybe a collector's item. I even had to buy a book to identify it. Cost me 85 bucks. Shipping not included.
I mean, it's and it's double action, single action, so skinny sight, skinny grip. Whoa!
And in comparison,
That trigger was lighter than I was expecting.
to a issued one, let's say from Sewell or Mauser and so on, this is also lighter in weight.
This has got awful skinny continental grip where, okay, I'm shooting modern technique. It's set up for this, it's set up for teapot because it was whacking me. But let's see if it whacks me if I shoot teapot. It still does. So what it was doing with my modern locked arm grip is that I'm getting good contact around here and little contact around here, and it's sharp and it's skinny and it's beating me. Let me just try and hold it a bit differently. Okay, now I've got good contact, but this is going to hurt, I think. That hurt even more. Okay, that was not the right thing. That really hurt. That one went somewhere else. That gave me a flinch.
That's exactly what I meant. That extractor is pretty flimsy, and if you have to, these black powder cartridges, once in a while you have to bang them out, and I don't know how many times you do it with that extractor before it breaks. However, I think we have 4 on target. Maybe one went to the left.
The last one I wanged it.
Or you pulled it?
I pulled it. I felt it go. That grip is super uncomfortable. I felt it go. It just like the shot before, it just given me a terrible, terrible, terrible fear of that thing. I am not a fan of heavy recoiling stuff. Right, well, let's see if you can do better than me.
And it's black powder, right?
Yeah, but it still...
And I slogged the bore and everything.
Yeah.
And they're pretty flat.
Yeah.
But I use black powder. You should not have a problem with overpressure.
No.
And I made extra sure, of course, that the bullets are seated right and the chamber is full. And you can really feel that this one is lighter than a issued one. Yeah.
It's possibly the sharpest recoiling black powder revolver I think I've shot.
Whoa! That went way over the target. I was not ready for it. Really light trigger. All right.
In fact, you're holding a lot lower than me, so perhaps you're going to get battered less than me.
For me, it's not that sharp a recoil.
I think it's possibly that you're holding it lower.
But from the ones we shot so far, definitely the most recoil.
Yeah. Worse than the 4.55. Click. Oh, bang. All right. Oh. Well.
Yeah, that ejector is way too flimsy.
Yeah. 4 hits. So that first one...
The first one was over the target right away. I knew that right from the beginning.
Yeah. Just realised my lens...
I was just ready for the heavy triggers from all of the other ones.
Yeah.
So...
Just realised that the lens on my camera, when we're looking towards the clouds there, it's really scabby. Difficult to clean these ones that move around though.
So as maybe you can see how...
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's so bendy and all that. Maybe for an officer somewhere in an office, but not for the field.